Now we're
it says
going
you're
live.
still waiting.
I got it.
What can I get with 2.0?
Here we go.
Ice caps are melting and polar bears are drowning.
Global warming alarm is dressed up as science.
You might have to sacrifice
But it's not science.
and change your surroundings. Prepare to sacrifice.
It's propaganda.
I love to party with the New World Order. What's his name? Kissinger? That's my man. Brzezinski? He got the plan. Rockefeller? Keeping Manhattan vibrant. Are you familiar with some of these names I say? They've been controlling your life all over. I've been studying these creatures who've been working for a long time. Lurking in the shadows and they working for the wrong kind. Never in my travels have I come across the more crime-ridden gaggle of jokers. Now this could be the all-time. They love to blast girders, torture sheep and ass herders. Steal a couple trillion, man, I'm telling you, they class burglars. No doubt could be cast about them, see that as unheard of. They got away with robbery, racketeering, and mass murder. This world is going up in flames, and nobody wants to take the blame. Continue to let these people rule, and I promise you, your climate's gonna change. Your climate's gonna change. Yeah. The banksters got all your servants on the take. They pose as altruists with all the apple pies they pay. I sympathize with all the folks who aren't aware, and all of the sheep that I meet in the street and try to speak sense to, who do not care. Cause they watch CNN and Fox and they think that it's all a game, but they don't understand that's Pentagon run. Their climate's gonna change. This world is going up in flames, and nobody wants to take the blame. If you continue to help perpetuate this game, I promise you, your climate's gonna change. Your climate's gonna change. You comfortable? Your climate's gonna change. Ready for your carbon credits? Obamanoids?
You can't say that CO2 will drive climate. It certainly never did in the past.
They've just been told lies. That's what it comes down to.
I've been analyzing this, they keep spraying in the air. People walking around in a daze unaware. There's nothing left in their memories to compare. The deep blue azure skies that used to be there. Look up, and you'll see what I say. The hideous plans to alter your DNA. You were just a slave, let's get that out the way. But that all can stop if you cease to obey. If you believe that you can slip right through the cracks, homie, you just haven't been examining the facts. I know you think it's cool to sit back and relax. Now your breath they poison, soon your breath they'll tax. American soldiers are training to take you under as they guard the very heroin that's got them hooked in record numbers. The machine is infallible, it never blunders. CIA #1 smack dealer if you ever wonder. Ask my homie Gemini, Senor Paul. You better school him. 9/11 was an inside job. 9/11 was an inside job. 9/11 was an inside job. 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 This world is going up in flames, and nobody wants to take the blame. Continue to let these people rule, and I promise you, your climate's gonna change. Your climate's gonna change.
We are in process of developing a whole series of techniques which will enable the controlling oligarchy, have always existed and presumably always will exist, to to love their services. So this is seems to me the ultimate in malevolent revolution, shall we say. Yeah.
It's the ultimate in revolution, malevolent revolution, you might say, scientific revolutions, and that's what I've been covering. If they want to cover one of my streams and say I'm smart, why don't you cover like the last live stream I did? Uh, you know what I'm talking about, right? Drunk debunk. If you want to do a stream that give me rebuttals for all the stuff that I covered in that, have fun with it. I want to say hi to Serious Business too. I didn't say hi to him. How you guys doing tonight?
I'm good. It's okay.
You are? D-Man?
What's up, man? What's going on?
Well, I'm going to actually rename my channel. I got a couple of ideas. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to cut my streams back to at least 2 a week, I think, maybe 3, depending on the week. Yeah, and you love my avatar ship that I get. He's on the show with you too, D-Man.
Who?
On Vlad's.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Shifted. What's up, Shifted? Good to see you, man. Yeah, I jumped around a little bit today.
I watched some of Vlad's. I didn't get a chance to watch all of it because I was busy on PJ. So you had to go back and forth. It's hard to do streams. Yeah.
I was on Vlad's. I saw you on Vlad's. I saw Shifted. And I think Sidewinder was over on Lowry's for a while. And then I was like, screw it, let's go to Lowry's. So that was a pretty fun show. They had Mark Sargent over there for a while. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. One of Ryan's favorites. Yeah.
It was an easy game. It was funny. It was funny. It was a good one.
I got ghosts in my kitchen. Hold on a second.
I like Lowry.
Yeah, Lowry's a good guy. I've met him personally.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. He gets philosophical sometimes. You can see him thinking real deep. You know, philosophical sometimes. He starts going into deep thought. You can kind of see him thinking. So I love Lowry, man. He's a good
He seems like a good dude, but he associates a little bit in the wrong areas with, trying to raise money for Witsit and stuff, right? Like, that's a pretty big flag to me.
I can't help.
I like the guy as well.
Strange bedfellow, dude. Strange bedfellow.
Who in their right mind is going to raise money for Witsit right
now? What one did I got?
Yeah. When I met Lowry, he's up front. He's like, he pulled me in, gave me a hug, dude. That's the first thing he. I never met the man before.
He's a guy.
Yeah, he's a dude. Yeah. Then I got to meet Nikki and.
He hugged you?
Yeah. I got to meet Tony Coriolis too. They came out here to Colorado Springs. I drove out there. Remember when I went to the Flat Earth meetup out here? It's what is it? On the Plane is what it's called. Yeah.
How do you? Oh, okay. I see how you're doing. Wow, they changed the screen on this, huh?
Uh-huh.
The whole witchy poo thing really woke me up, seeing who defended her after that, like the Karen B shit when she attacked Saab, and a lot of those people that flock together, they defend her and act like Saab's in the wrong, and there's a possibility of a 24-hour sun and all these divisive things, and everyone's entitled, but I just think it's harmful. It's just
you can put Weiss in that category too. He first wanted to defend him when he got back. Yeah.
Exactly. But like your Tony Coriolises and all these people that go to these flat Earth meetups and stuff, it just seems like the same clique. That they all defend the same. Kind of like us to some degree. We're just being divided.
Well, don't let it divide you too much. That's people can choose their own path. I'm against tyrants for that matter. Anybody's going to tell you what to do. But when you're actually teaching a science and presenting it as the truth, and you can't really prove half of it, not even a third of it for that matter, let alone maybe a quarter of it, and there's a lot of bullshit strung in the middle of it, I don't consider that truth. I consider that brainwashing or control. Yeah, so that's what I'm against with this whole thing. I hate it. They're not telling you the truth about any of it hardly at all.
No.
Yeah. I don't like to divide just as much as the next guy, but it doesn't appear that way because we're in very drastic times that call for drastic measures, and division is necessary because we have snakes everywhere. You can't
There's
have
always a snake
snakes.
in the grass, JJ. Yeah.
You got to make sure you exterminate them, if you know what I mean. Hypothetically, you got to protect your loved ones on the inside, right? You don't
Yep.
want snakes.
Crash just said, "You guys are the bad news bears. We're gonna win. You wait."
Yeah, we're not the bad news bears.
I'll
We're not
accept
playing baseball. I can tell you that right now.
Cookie.
What about Dr. Sheba? He's new Flurp Daddy, or Glurp Daddy, sorry. I haven't watched any of his. I saw what he had up on his. They gave him the flat Earth thing he was doing, the Dr. Sheba and flat Earthers. I think he did a live stream or something.
He flies all the time.
Yeah, I bet
You
he
think
does.
that he would know that if he flies to the south, he's upside down? How come he's never ever talked about that?
Yeah, no, that had to be an experience.
No,
That's
That's
why
one
he's
of,
upside
that's one
down.
of Jaren's quotes, though, wasn't it? I felt like I was on the other side of the earth. Mhm.
Yeah, we should go to Antarctica and see the sunset.
There you go, buddy. Yeah.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
the Rusted Soul trim in that last one out was a gem, dude. Freudian slip. Did you watch that? I'm sure. Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I wanted to go Atlas. There's a group doing a live stream with the Atlas eye, whatever the hell it is. The turd, the
Right.
dookie. I gotta find it. There it is.
3-eye Atlas.
And it's 3i / Atlas.
Giant dookie's gonna come and drop on us. Oh God, giant.
It's been released.
It's 33 trillion Brenda's wide.
Oh yeah.
Panic now, JJ. Get your jumpsuit on.
Right. This
Just
is
don't
what
say
they're
his name more than 3 times. You'll be fine.
they're showing this over and over again, the same clip over and over again. Let's hear what they got to say about it.
And I set this up so it's effectively like a square angle like this.
Oh no, a square angle.
So we see that 3i Atlas is maybe 105 degrees from Earth like that. It's not 100 degrees. I'd say it's probably 105, but it's definitely not 115 or something. Well, check out the sun right now. Here we can look at the sun. Here's our 131 angstrom view of the sun, and here is the big sunspot group that I've been talking about for the past week because we've had all that solar activity, that G5 minus.
Where do you see the sunspots at? Anybody?
I see the sun. See, that's the sun right there.
Okay, sure, that's what it looks like.
CGI sun.
Mm.
Sure, it's green. I've seen it. It's always green, of course.
Yeah, me too. I mean, Jesus, Cookie.
That's because of the filter, man. Come on, don't get pedantic on them.
The moon is made from cheese because the sun is also made from cream cheese.
Yeah, don't you know you can land on it?
Yeah, I've heard that they put a probe up there.
You can mine it, too.
Never got it back.
Now, dead-eyed person.
Oh yeah, doesn't he look like a complete dill hole? I mean,
He's got dead eyes.
oh yeah.
Notice how his pupils, the middle of his eyes go into the top of his lids.
Yeah, like he's looking up all the time.
Got saggy eye like stoner eye or something.
Ugh. All right, compare. That's just
Ryan S. said cheese miners.
yeah, he did. What'd you say, Ryan? Cheese miners. Yeah, he looks like a cheese miner. That's blue cheese. Goes on your dressing.
Minus geomagnetic storm
really.
has wrapped up. All the impacts are done. We do have a new sunspot group pushing out right here. And as some of you know, I've been discussing how we may have something happen geomagnetic.
Haven't you heard the sunspots never move? Has anybody heard this before in their rhetoric? They stay in this, like the 4 or 3 that are in that same spot that are always there. And he's talking about new sunspots. Is this something new?
I thought they were the same, but they moved. Like when you watch old Mellow Globe's, observations, it's just a wheel in the sky, right?
Yeah, it rolls, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
wheel in the sky keeps on turning.
Mhm.
I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow.
That's why you see the moon upside down when you're in the south,
Exactly.
comparably north. Yeah,
Exactly.
rolls across the sky. That's been our rhetoric forever. But I don't know what the hell he's talking about. He's talking about new sunspots over here, and they're in these other little groups. Like, yeah, must be something I've never heard of before.
magnetically, solar activity, something like that.
To do with the iAtlas, anyways. Anybody got a clue?
Yeah, no clue.
No.
I know those sunspots stay there for a long time because you could track them over months and months and months, right?
Yeah.
Moving around it.
I would
Go
go
through a
through
cycle.
Right.
But this is supposed to be. He's supposed to be covering the iAtlas, whatever the hell it is. Yeah, this. I don't know why he's going into the sunspot. See, the best images of 3i Atlas has been released.
He's got to build up to the apocalypse.
Oh yeah.
Start run.
Oh yeah. Don't worry, I got the Thundercats ready.
Gotta build up.
Sorry,
That's where it's going now.
oh God, help us.
The 19th to the 21st of November. And I was kind of wondering, well, we're going to have to get a new sunspot group to form because this one's going to be rotated off. Here now, exactly today in the past 12 hours, we've had this sunspot group here, 4284, rapidly develop, push out a bunch of flux, and it's now spinning out.
Just in the nick of time. A new sunspots form. Yeah.
A random planet goes by in between the sun and the earth explodes. And it pulls
So
up.
you get rotated off.
Yeah.
The barbarian.
Thunder.
Out C-class solar flares. So if this explodes and launches a coronal mass ejection in the next 24 to 36 hours, that would hit us like...
Yeah, ejection. I knew where you were going to say.
2,000 years later, the Earth is reborn. A new Earth.
Scary, isn't it?
Right around that planetary alignment of the 19th to the 21st, which is the Sun, Mercury, Moon, Earth, and Uranus in a perfect line in harmonic aspect also to Saturn and Neptune, which are nearly conjunct, a once in 37-year event, and also Pluto, another 60 degrees off of that. So looks like this planetary geometry is starting to do something, but it's too early to say because we haven't had anything significant launch our way yet. But here is the big sunspot group that has been very active. Look, it's now off the western limb.
See? I showed you a
It's
picture.
now starting to get close to that angle, that 105-degree angle, let's say. 105, 110 degrees. So it's going to be really interesting to see in the next 48 hours.
Once you go past 90, would you not see it anymore? Oh, God.
Yeah, I would say that. Probably.
Yeah. Geometry.
How come we don't
48, 72 hours.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. You're seeing the sun, but I mean, even when I went to NASA's website and looked at their rotation of the sun, they have disclaimers that this is all CGI. It's what they think it does.
No shit.
No shit.
I never would have known. Thank God you did, Roger.
I know, man. But I had to look for myself to look at their actual live feed for the sun.
Go to plaid speed.
Yes. And what makes him a what do they call these again? These are subject matter experts. That's what they are. They're not scientists. They're not anything else. They're just reading a prompt, and they're calling themselves experts.
I think he had a hard time getting the lid off of the rum and continued.
He probably did. And Bro didn't show up with the weed last week, so here we are. We're doing this to make money to pay for the Coke. I mean, the Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Bro.
2 hours, whether we get some big explosions once again from that sunspot group. Because we had a 4.0 X-class flare from it when it was on the limb over here. That hit us today, but it was very minor. We just had the very edge of the shock wave hit us. It hit stereo.
Makes a good weather girl, doesn't he?
Oh, man.
Over here we have a Class C flare, and over in the southwest we have a new influx of sunspots.
It's right there where my finger's pointing.
Yes. Good God.
So this is supposed to be legitimate footage of the sun, or
yeah,
what?
I
Or
think
just
so, dude.
it looks like cartoons to me, but what do I know?
It says 2025. It's got a date, the 11th. No, it doesn't have a 11/15. It's the 11th month already.
Yeah,
I think they mixed up on the date.
Yes, Roger. It's November.
It's November already.
Even though November doesn't mean 9th
Yeah.
month.
It's saying 15th on it. Looks like. Trying to read it. No, it's got a serial number. It's 2025-11. So this is the month. That's all they have on it for a date.
11/15. So that would be a couple of days ago.
Yesterday.
Yeah, it's like yesterday here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stereo A, though, which is one of our probes, 30 degrees ahead in our orbit, and it gave Stereo A a huge hit. It would have been a big storm if that hit us directly. So this thing is still pumping out tons of coronal mass ejections and energy overall. It was undergoing some new sunspot differentiation right before it rotated off, and now it's directly in line with 3I Atlas, because again, you can see right here, here's the Earth, there's the Sun. That would be that 90-degree angle right there, and maybe you add about 15 degrees to that, boom, there is 3I Atlas. And it's also converging forward. You see 3I Atlas moving towards that 90-degree lineup, right, as the Sun is rotating. So we have the closest approach of 3I Atlas rapidly approaching. That is December 19th. And now what we're seeing with 3I Atlas and all this plasma being emitted is that it's spewing interstellar material out into the interplanetary space, the medium.
So
we have a whole bunch of just
probing
stuff from.
Did he just say medium?
Spewing medium.
Yeah. I thought you could have medium in a vacuum, dillweed.
I don't even know how it's fucking moving. How did they even get there?
I don't know, dude. No idea.
It all starts with the probe, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And it all starts with a probe and a couple of drugs, and you're out.
The anal probe, yeah.
He didn't say Uranus. He was afraid to say it. He said
Uranus.
Uranus.
Like a pianist.
Because he yearns it. He yearns that ass.
God almighty. Yeah.
I always get D-Man with those dirty jokes.
Well, you've heard the one about the Greeks, right? How do you separate the Greek men from the boys? Anybody know?
Take the sheep away.
No. Crowbar. Never mind. I'm not going to say it again. It wasn't that good, but I mean, that was an old one when I was a kid. My dad actually told me that, and that's after he got out of the Navy. When that was one of the jokes I guess he accumulated over the years of being a sailor. Yeah, sailors aren't known for gay activity at all.
No.
Cabin boys are not there for just looks, man. I'm telling you.
Port in every storm.
Yeah. The port in every storm. I'm sure there is.
Not even our solar system now being emitted in bulk from 3I Atlas, having been heated up, and now it's undergoing this metamorphosis, you could say. This is looking like the final form of 3I Atlas. I mean, eventually it's going to shoot out and it's going to cool back down again, just go back to being a lifeless rock or something, right? But right now it's gone in, it's heated up, and now it's fully, the plasma system is fully online, which means that if there is, a level of consciousness and intelligence to this thing, which is...
D-Man, what are you saying?
Come on. Bullshit to the highest tilt.
No. How are they going to prove that any of this is any kind of validated statement they're making?
Well, they said it, so it must be real.
Spectroscopy is going to tell you the color of that light is going to tell you what gases are being emitted from this so-called comet, right?
Yeah.
How do you know? And how do they continue to go in cycles for billions or trillions of years or whatever the fuck?
Yeah, how they're filming it.
Oh yeah.
So it's all over shit.
Yeah, like that's not what they're seeing. He showed the actual. You saw the footage, the real footage, and the black and white we looked at earlier. Yeah, that's what they're getting. And NASA even said that's what the rover caught, and it's why it was going past it. I'm like, okay, that looks legit. Yeah, but if it's really good CGI, it can't be real. Just take Elon's word for it.
Oh, it's because it looks so fake that it's real.
Real, yeah. I would love to see this thing up close and personal. Why don't they have one of their satellites pointed at this mother? There's got to be an orbit nearby, one of their so-called probes around Venus or whatever planet they're near now, with Discovery or whatever's out there. Why don't they film this? Remember Peter Markley, Ryan?
Mark Peterly? Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, Peter Markley. Mark Peterly. Go over on his channel. He's got proof that they were in Antarctica. He got a discovery photo of the Earth from 1 million miles
Amen.
away.
About time they proved somebody went there.
Yeah, but he actually proved it by taking a picture, getting a picture from the discovery of Antarctica during its pass 1 million miles away, and it's all pixelated as hell. But it's supposedly the Earth in rotation.
Interesting.
I think it was a shillion miles, not a million. A shillion.
Definitely a
Trillion miles, yeah.
No, they said Discovery's actually supposedly it was 1 million miles away during TFE, supposedly, and it took a picture of the Earth, and it's got a series that they put out, and I went through them all, and he says that's proof that they were in Antarctica. He's got pictures that Antarctica actually exists from space.
I mean, anytime you try to throw those numbers out there like that, you know, people don't even they just make it normalized that that's not a too big of a number to even have conceptual, right? Like, you imagine 1 million miles? Do you really understand?
No, I don't.
1 million miles,
literally forever.
Yeah, how far? What kind of focal length do they have on that lens that took that 1 million-mile photograph?
I think it all violates physics, man.
Yeah, it's all bullshit. This is a show, and they're putting up pictures so people actually go, "Oh, wow, that looks cool." Go ahead.
They're so-called doing all this bullshit, but they can't fucking get on a plane and get angle meters on an airplane and fly from one side to the other. Like, wait a minute, why don't you prove first off where you are right here at your feet? Why are you trying to go to that? Because that's something that nobody can prove. So that's what they try to do. That's all that shit is. Like, stick right here to the ground. Prove all of the physical possibilities. Why don't you dispel those? They can't.
No. And here's another one, like Michio Kaku, who, when he started doing his calculations for his string theory, found out that with their dark matter and dark, what was the other thing they had? Dark gravity or whatever. He was off by 1,200 zeros or something like that. Like,
oh, they just keep changing it so that it looks right. That's all. That's all they do.
Their theories went out the window when the universe started doing things that they couldn't predict. Like all the time, like even with Newton's equations, none of their predictions come true, especially in the cosmos at all. So they got rid of gravity, and they threw Einstein in there with some 2D math, and created his own new special relativity, so he could map out get a better calculation on what happens in the sky. Why would you throw away one of the most principal things, gravity? Supposedly, why don't they use it in any of the rest of their calculations? Because it fails after you get 3 bodies in. Imagine if you had, like, how many bodies do we have in our solar system? Think about that. We suppose we had 9 bodies in our solar system, quote unquote. That's 9-body problem you got to deal with. Then you got all the supposed moons that are involved in this scenario. How many moons does Saturn have itself? Like 30? 30 moons, 30 satellites around one orbiting orb with rings around it with ice and all kinds of other shit. How does that work with the gravitational field? I don't know. You tell me. Has anybody sat down and done the calculations on all this? If Newton's law of gravitation is actually real, it's a fact. Yep. The rings would have gravity to them. Everything with mass has gravity, period. Everything would attract to itself. You never see that in real life, but that's what they swear is going on.
Well, if they're moving, how would they stop? And how would they steer? And how would they turn? Oh, it's all attracted. Oh, you fuck off with you. I threw a great video in there talking about this. It's the 3rd video.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, I'm done with him, aren't you guys?
I was done when I see his face.
I'm waiting for him to have a panic attack.
Yeah, you're going to shut down. Like, we don't know where we are. Hey, Dr. Baz, how you doing? And Jono?
What's up, guys?
Which video do you want? The 3rd video in? I got 2 up now. I got 1. Baker for the gravity fraud, that thing?
The 3rd one, yeah. 3rd one listed.
Yeah, so what they do is they calculate the mass times the mass that it's attracting to. And they try to put it in an orbit of falling around, getting pulled. I don't know what pulls gravity and space. I thought it pushes, but I'm not really sure. Does it push or does it pull? Can you give me any idea? Come on, quick.
It's pushing, it's cushion for the pushing.
How is it
What?
tethered in these orbits with just an attraction?
I prefer.
Well, they got to go to the atomists with that stuff because that's where that theory comes from, right? The atom has an attractive property itself, and it attracts the atom next to it, and the atom next to that.
Yeah, something like that.
Different atoms.
Magnetic field.
Well, yeah, but they claim it's gravity, dude. I've had them like literally say it's little g, whatever the hell that is. They don't even use it in quantum sciences at all. Real sciences, where they actually test things on the quantum level, they don't even equivocate gravity in the original experiments because there was no need to it. There was no effect on it. Even with atoms or the colliders, the smashers, they don't calculate gravity in it. Shit. Sorry, I like to go on a rant here for a month. Let's watch this video. You ready, guys?
Are you ranting tonight? Wow.
No, I'm just tired. That's what it is. I've been kind of
exactly
31 minutes right now.
That's not too bad. I'll do an hour's worth. Now I've been off and on working on the truck, doing streams, and trying to rest my back up because when I did bump into the car, it's been like spazzing. I got jolted around a little bit. I wasn't ready for it. Yeah. Play. It was slow on the button.
In the late summer of 1666, Isaac Newton supposedly discovered the force of gravity. Everybody knows the charming story of the apple and the great aha moment. But what if there's more to the story than what you've been told? What if Newton didn't discover anything, but rather made something up because the model of cosmology was changing? What if these changes to what people believe about cosmology were deliberate, intentional, and diabolical? What if the last 350 years of mainstream cosmological science hasn't been science?
Cookie, you got something to say?
What if? Really?
Yeah, no, it's not a what if, man. Look at the table there in front of there. Look at what they got on top of it.
I know. Like I said, they always put the truth right out in front of you, so that way you can see it and it can be obvious to you later. So that way, when you get to heaven and you go, "Well, I didn't know. How was I supposed to know?" God can go, "No. They showed you 100 different times."
No, if you'd have watched the last one I did with, I won't finish that video up, but they go through this society right here around this table and show you how diabolical each one of these characters really are. They are not honest at all. They have an agenda when they throw it on the table, and it's
all have epic beards.
Epic. They do.
The wig era.
No, what was it? The Royal Society of Sciences, and Sir Isaac Newton is notorious for pushing agendas and stuff. And this is where in Princeton too, both these professors they're pushing something for a reason. They all have a reason. They lie about a lot of stuff, and their geological surveys and stuff they did in Scotland, they lied about all those. They went through that on half of the video I watched last time. Like, yeah, they're not telling you the truth.
Well, these guys are because they all have bow ties.
No, these are guys in the Royal Society of Sciences. You can wear a bow tie. I think it's required. Just because you're wearing a bow tie, huh?
Yeah, that's
wear a toga.
The toga. Jim Belushi. In Animal House, right? That was a great movie.
At all, but rather a malevolent, religious indoctrination with an agenda to unite the world under the beast. What happens if gravity is actually discovered to be one of the greatest frauds of the last 400 years? Without the magic thread to tie it all together, the heliocentric conspiracy vanishes like chaff in the wind. This is 20 reasons why gravity is a fraud.
One.
Reason number 1. Gravity is purported to be a constant, but it acts inconsistently. If gravity was a constant force pulling things toward the Earth at a constant rate, then we should expect to see a balloon and a quarter both be pulled down. But they aren't because of density. The balloon is less dense than the air, while the quarter is more dense. Therefore, one goes up and the other goes down, because we live in a vertical density gradient. The heliocentric explanation is that gravity's pull is dependent on the mass of the object. But as you'll soon see, this is circular reasoning. The Earth is immense, and if it were exerting a force, it makes no sense for that force to be able to bend massive oceans while leaving butterflies alone. The point is that there is no force in the universe that acts so selectively on different objects within its own field of influence. Reason number 2. Another way gravity acts inconsistently is that for planets and bodies in space, it makes them orbit. But for people and things on Earth, it makes them fall to the center of the Earth. Have you ever thought about that? It makes zero sense.
Well, I can tell you what I.C. Spin will say. We're falling around the Earth.
You should ask PJ. PJ could give him a first person.
Yeah, we'll show you how you fall around the Earth.
Ground didn't move.
And there's no such thing as a true up, according to these people. Down is in the direction of the center of the Earth. What is falling, right? How do you fall is something that doesn't have a specific down.
Well, you would just fall towards the land always, no matter what angle you fell at.
Yeah. So why do we have the east to west orbits? What's up with that? Is it means some got caught in your gravitational field going the opposite direction, or north to south even. It would stay in that orbit, right? Nothing orbits in that. Never mind. Don't hurt myself. Sorry.
You can get hurt talking about this stuff.
It's mental. Yeah.
Either we should be floating around the Earth, or the Earth and the Moon and everything in our solar system would be pulled toward the center of the Sun and destroyed. Reason number 3. Yet another way that gravity acts inconsistently is through the Moon. If the Sun's gravity is strong enough to make all the planets orbit itself, why does the Moon orbit the Earth? How can the Sun pull a planet the size of Jupiter into orbit, or a planet as far away as Pluto, yet have no effect on the Earth's moon or other moons in the solar system orbiting their respective planets? Reason number 4. We are told that planets and the Earth have elliptical orbits. By default, an elliptical orbit requires 2 foci, or focal points. But in the heliocentric model, this happens only with 1 foci. The only way this would be possible is if gravity was increasing and decreasing constantly throughout the orbit to make it elliptical. If gravity was constant, then the orbit of the Earth around the Sun would be a perfect circle. But if the orbit was a perfect circle, then the ball Earth would not be able to explain seasons. This is why the orbits are said to be elliptical. But if that's the case, how and why is gravity fluctuating? Why is it?
Didn't Einstein say that it was stretched out due to the fabric of space-time, and it warps it? Yeah.
The bending and warping of space-time.
And we can prove it.
And warping of space-time.
Oh, the first video I ever watched was that a guy put an imaginary squirrel on a rocket with a clock. Never mind. I don't want to. The video we did on Nathan's a while back. We were laughing our asses off.
What?
Well, you don't know about time dilation due to height from the Earth?
Yeah, and the warping of time space. Yeah, I've heard it all before, Tristan.
Supposedly that warps everything. But we're all sitting in the fabric of space-time, which is actually a physical thing that they've made up that they can't show or prove. And then they get mad at you when you can't. And by the way, I didn't drop out, whoever you are. And anybody that did probably I'm better off for doing it. You didn't get to go through high school. Thank God.
Neither did I, but
Did you learn anything in high school? Anybody? Raise your hand.
I learned that high school people don't give a crap about whether you learn anything.
I know. You got to be a go-getter and get those grades and learn calculus like no tomorrow, because you're not going to have a career when you get older.
You know, I don't think I've ever used algebra, not maybe one time, and it was to figure out something stupid, like some kind of a thing that somebody asked me a question about. It wasn't even like anything I really needed. I've never gotten to use any of the stuff they taught me in school. Not really. Except maybe like balancing a checkbook, but I'm not even sure they taught me that.
I can balance a checkbook. Anybody can balance a checkbook. You can add.
Well, maybe not anybody, but yeah. Okay, I'll give you that.
Well, mainly, they teach you compliance and how to follow orders.
Yeah.
They teach you. Yeah, they're supposed to be teaching you how to teach yourself something.
Produce
That's
revenue. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they have science clubs and stuff, and you get to go to chess club, and I've been through the rigmarole. I mean, I gave up on it in seventh grade because I did not see me go anywhere, because I never really got any real answers when I raised my hand. I get told to shut up, and then I get ad hoc excuses for stuff that they're trying to explain to me. And they're like, this isn't science at all. That was seventh grade. It just seemed like it got worse from that point on. So I just took elective classes and learned how to do like shop, home ec. I learned how to type. You know, these are things you're going to use in real world. Okay.
Yeah, metal shop and electrical.
Yeah. I can work on a car.
Yeah, right. Yeah, circuits and stuff helps. I mean, I use that every day. But I mean, when it comes to like, I didn't necessarily learn that from school though. That was just like a little thing that they did where they had some guy come in and he plugged in some light bulbs and stuff with batteries, and they gave us
They should teach that more often. They should teach that to more people, because you get in the real world with technology the way it's going, you make a lot more money learning how to put circuit boards together than you would learning how to be a theoretical physicist.
I started to learn how to be a blacksmith.
That's fun.
And stuff in school.
Yeah, welding and working with metal.
They were like, you want to do science, or would you rather burn metal? And I was like, burn metal.
Metal. Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, you get to play with Bunsen burners, and you get to learn how to contain gases in a cylinder.
Boring. I could make a sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make your own sword.
In one of the shop classes I was in, they actually built an Optimus Prime out of a wrought iron, man. He welded that thing together and made it. He welded it in its transformed state. That was cool.
You got a fan club in there in the chat, dude.
Nice. I got a fan club. Who's the fan?
Woke Trover, Trooper, whatever the hell his name is.
He's a straight troll. That's all he is, dude.
Yeah, he's a troll. That's what I'm saying. Is he seems like he really likes you, though, Roger.
That's the fifth one he's had. We've been deleting them as he makes them.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's probably what's his name.
I think it's funny when they do that. I think it just makes them out to be the asshole. I just like
Wes on the other dipshit.
Like, I don't care if people talk about me. It's not true. What do I care?
Oh, dude, I watched this new show I found on, what was it? It's a YouTube show, but it's an Aussie animation. And they have these things, multi-universes. But in one of the multi-universe episodes, they go to a flat Earth universe.
No.
Yeah, and they literally have the Flat Earth Society model floating in space.
Right, yeah, floating. Yeah, it's like a big old prison.
This guy travels through the warp hole and goes to the flat Earth. You're like, you ain't one of those round cunts, are you? That's this guy actually was fishing on the planet or the Earth, whatever you want to call that thing they were showing. And he was just ragging the living shit out of globe Earthers.
Are you talking about the Disney thing where they?
No, this is a Disney. This is like a 2-bit. I'll find it for you. You guys will get a kick out of it. I'll play some of this live.
That we can't experience or measure this fluctuation or any of its effects locally. Reason number 5. If orbits are elliptical and gravity is increasing and decreasing as the Earth goes around the Sun, then the increase in attractive force would cause massive acceleration. Either the Earth would be released from the Sun's orbit on the way out of the orbit when gravity weakens, or it would crash into the sun when returning as gravity strengthens. There is no empirical way to demonstrate that the elliptical orbits of planets are possible or even sustainable with one foci and a constantly alternating attractive force. This is why gravity isn't based on science, but rather tricking your mind into believing it exists through models, math, and conjecture. Reason number 6. Objects that spin around other objects in uniform circular motion accelerate due to centripetal acceleration. If the Earth's orbit was circular, which it would have to be if gravity were a constant force, you would have no seasons. The Earth would also eventually accelerate into the Sun or out of the solar system. The accelerated orbit would also produce a shortening of time, because years would get shorter and shorter. Yet solar years have stayed relatively the same for human history. So either way, gravity fails. If it's a constant force, creating circular orbits, or if it's a fluctuating force, creating elliptical orbits. Both cases do not survive the scrutiny of science or logic. Reason number 7. We are told that the moon's gravity is responsible for the tides, but this makes no sense. One simple observation against this is that all bodies of water, even the Great Lakes, do not experience any change when the moon is supposedly closer to the Earth. Another observation is that the tides vary drastically even a few hundred miles away from each other. One tide might be 6 feet, while the other, only a few hundred miles away, might be 29 feet. The heliocentric model tells us
That's a great distance, isn't it? Such a long way away. Oh, by the way, the name of this show is called Sassy Sasquatch. It's an Australian series, and these Sasquatch are like dimension travelers, but you seen it?
I think I've seen it.
Yeah, there's another one called Lex. It's part of the same series. Yeah, but they go to a flat Earth universe, and they're making fun of Glovers. It's fucking funny, dude. Talking shit about Glovers on this whole Earth. Kind of, they're giving us a nod in a way, because I guess it's a popular topic now on the internet, right? People are hearing about it. Just saying.
that high tides even occur on...
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, he makes new accounts and comes back every
Oh,
time.
okay. I didn't realize that because it looked like the same name, so I thought maybe
Yeah.
he was looking back.
And I mean, he's going in with a W, so he's leaning towards somebody else's name in particular, somebody who's a big fan of the show.
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
on opposite sides of the world, which makes zero sense if they're being created by the moon's proximity to the Earth. If the moon was actually affecting the tides with an invisible force, the effects should be uniform and only on the side of the Earth that the moon was closest to. Every animal, including us, is also mostly water, yet we feel nothing different or see anything different when the moon is supposedly closer to the Earth. Reason number 8. Another problem with the moon and tides is that the moon is both dozens of times smaller than the Earth, and therefore weaker in gravity, and also considerably far away in the heliocentric model. How then can it pull water up and create tides when the water is much closer to the Earth and being pulled down by the Earth's gravity, which is much stronger? It would not be possible because one force would outweigh the other, rendering the weaker force essentially inactive.
Well, don't they actually say in reality gravity is the weak force? That's what they say, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand it. I mean, if gravity holds everything...
It's not a force, though. That's the problem. They say it is, but it's not.
And by the way, guys, what do you think of the name The Imaginary Force? That's what I'm gonna name the channel. I think I want you guys to give me your input on that. Think of a name yourself. I got to put a name on the channel. So,
well, you get lots of Star Trek people if you called it "May the Force be with you."
Star Wars.
Yeah,
Star Trek, Star Wars.
We don't want to use someone else's thing.
They'd be suing you immediately. Take this name channel off here.
Yeah, but I don't think there's a channel called The Imaginary Force, is there?
No.
Or a pineapple cheese sandwich. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it does, actually.
It sounds perfect. It's way off, and it doesn't sound like butter.
That way I won't get struck or any algorithm.
Pineapple cheese sandwich.
The cheese sandwich brigade. Yeah,
I like it. It sounds funny,
The
actually.
invisible cheese sandwich.
there you go.
We should call it the cottage cheese.
The cottage, and I have a cottage made out of cheese.
You're 50 minutes.
Hey, now
Right.
see, now you're thinking.
I'm watching the clock too. It's almost 11:30 here. I think I'll round it off there.
So, what causes the tides? The answer is density and temperature. The salinity and temperature of water make it more or less dense, and these fluctuations have relationships to the sun's movements across the sky, ocean currents, and other natural processes that make the water expand or contract based on heat energy from the sun. These changes in turn cause the tides that we see, without having to invent a magical force that you have to believe in. Reason number 9. Gravity's reasoning is circular. In order to calculate the force of gravity, you have to assume the mass of the Earth. But the heliocentric model estimates the mass of the Earth by supposing...
Has anybody come up with the actual mass of the Earth?
Absolutely.
You have to know what all masses are, and you have to count them, and you have to measure how many of each element are in the Earth or on the Earth. So how would you do that? It's impossible.
I'm just wondering. I thought somebody already did somewhere, and then we just take
Plus,
it for
if you ever took the gravity away from it so you could put it on a scale, it would collapse. So what would you do? It would just be a big mud puddle over the top of the scale.
So yeah, in their world, yes, there's not a big ball collected by gravity floating around in a vacuum.
Right,
somewhere.
exactly. It doesn't exist, even though it, I know it seems like it should because it's in your head, but it's just not true.
Yeah, you've been told that all your life. Yeah. Well, I'm being told it more now that I'm not a globe head. You know it's a globe, right?
supposedly measuring the force of gravity. This is called circular reasoning, and it is yet another proof that gravity is a fraud. Reason number 10. Mass itself is another problem worth discussing. Physical things have weight, which is a property of matter. These are things that we learned very early on in life. But modern physics inverts this truth to justify gravity and the heliocentric conspiracy. It says that mass is how much matter something has, and weight is a product of gravity acting on that matter. Do you see what they did? Do you see how they inserted gravity into the mix without ever questioning whether it even exists? What if gravity doesn't exist? It means that matter exists and it has weight, and there's no need for the made-up term of mass.
And it acts in...
Unfortunately, physics has divorced matter.
Here's the question. Can you actually put a value on matter?
No.
You can't.
I mean, that was what Wesley was bringing up on one of the things about mass. And I said, it's just weight. Why are you trying to change it into something else? It weighs this much. It's this much mass.
Yeah, and I think density has more play in it than anything else. And I think the denser the object is, the stronger the molecular bonds are throughout each mass. That's what gives it.
Salt water.
Yeah, we know.
Float.
Yeah. You can also put a boiled egg.
Gravity knows how much salt's in water and can tell whether it's warm.
Wait, yeah, it can calculate it. Gravity's smart.
Sure. Calculate.
It knows exactly what the
word. Let's just calculate how stupid you are.
Yeah, so like, let's say you had a ball of steel. You think that throughout the ball of steel, it's denser inside that ball, all the way to the core of it, than it would be if it was a plastic ball or a foam ball. Yes, it's going to be.
You have to have gravity, though. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm just saying density. The density of that ball, if steel would be more dense than a foam ball, because the bonds inside of it are actually stronger throughout its makeup.
The composition of it weighs more.
Right. This has nothing to do with matter. This has everything to do with the density, which actually contributes to the weight of everything.
The temperature, and temperature would be gases.
Yeah, but think about when you heat up a metal, it actually, it becomes fluid. You get it hot enough.
Yeah, it'll melt.
Everything goes from one state to the other, just like gas, water, vapor to solid water to any liquids. And you can actually freeze liquids too and make it a solid state.
Yep.
So everything is subject to this. It's nothing to do with I don't see the only reason they put gravity in it because they want Newton's general law of gravitation to be real. So they're going to try to calculate that in anyway. But this is where they fall short in the astronomical predictions because they're not stable. They won't do the dance that it does every year, every night, every month, so on and so forth.
Plus, they don't want to tell you. They don't want to make it. They don't want to explain to you the weight of something because then it'll sound ridiculous. So they come up with the whole matter idea.
Yeah, well, I mean, with the Archimedes principle, they didn't even nobody knew about gravity when he actually set his boundaries for density and buoyancy, not buoyancy, but density and disequilibrium. When you figure the relative density of an object, you can figure out how it will float. Basically, you might say.
Yeah, or sink or rise.
Yeah, it's a simple principle, and you can do. It's a situational. You don't need a one set formula. You figure out what you need for weight. Like when they make a ship, right? Even modern day metal ships, they'll spread the base over and put ballast tanks on the outside of it so you can get more weight to float.
Well, they figure it out. They figure out the buoyancy. They figure out the buoyancy because the width of the hull. The more surface area they have over the water to keep it afloat, otherwise it would tip over if it's too thin.
It's about displacement.
They're just figuring out the displacement to buoyancy and figuring out how much weight they can put on it before it becomes either, or it doesn't be buoyant anymore and it's just tip, or they would, or it would tip over left to right. So they have to figure out how high they can put shit.
So do they ever take into account gravity when they're actually building a ship? I don't know.
It's all buoyancy. It's sitting on the waters, on the top of the water. Basically, when they drop that down, well, it just comes down to how low it's sitting in the water, and that's why they paint water lines on the ships, and that way you can get an idea of where your water line, your surface area would be, so that way you can see, even visually, you can see where the seas are coming up over the water line, and that'll give you a visual cue of the seas.
Yeah, I love it.
Doesn't nutrition prove that gravity thing is crap? Because when you eat food, you might eat a sandwich that doesn't weigh much at all, but the actual amount of energy your body gets could actually be turned into more muscle and end up weighing more, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, doesn't that just kind of like tell you that there's really no way you could actually nail that down?
No, you can't.
At least to give you an inkling of that something's not right. You know what I'm saying?
So you're converting the food and adding weight to it as you chew it. The interaction with saliva in your mouth is weighing that. It's a whole process of how when you're chewing something, you're breaking it.
Right. No, I'm not saying. I'm not just talking about like breaking it down. I mean like the fact that your body turns those nutrients into cells.
Yeah,
it literally makes cells out of it. See what I'm saying? So, and those cells might actually have more density. So in reality, I mean that kind of proves gravity shit too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it could.
Oh, God. You know the difference between little g and big G?
I don't. I've heard
capital letter.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all I can think of.
Can you predict? Come and show us some of these predictions if you got them laying around. And how do you determine when little g acts, when big G acts? Go ahead.
Break it down. How do they know when to act on things? That's what I want to know.
Shane and Alan would have a field day with this.
Oh yeah,
they know the big G, little G.
Yeah, what was that MIT professor's name? Walter something, and he talks about electrostatics being 10 to the 60th power or whatever, more powerful than alleged gravity to begin with. But they always hand dismiss that as a variable.
Electrostatics aren't always at play in everything, but anything that has friction will build up an electrostatic charge.
Yeah.
Period.
Rub your footies when you're a kid on top of it.
Yeah.
I think everything is electrostatic by nature, and there's the 9.8 meters per second square pull towards the topographical plane is due to electrostatics.
Well, reverse the polarity.
Yes.
Reverse the polarity, you fall up.
It's just a guess, though. I mean,
well, everything seeks its equilibrium,
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't even need gravity, right? It's already. It just hijacks what's already there.
So little g starts at the atom, from what I understand. every little
Right. Which
every
prove
little
an
parsec.
atom. Let's
might-
let's
yeah.
prove an atom, right?
Yeah, I asked for a picture of one if they
Yeah.
had it, and I never really get one. I've
It
looked
kind of looks like the coronavirus, you know.
Yeah.
a little bit.
Do
Yeah.
me a favor.
Wonder
Yeah.
why.
Go research the electron microscope. You'll find out that it's a bunch of crap.
Yeah, they presuppose everything in order to get their conclusions, right? Which is just
It's all based on
fallacious, and
fringe bullshit.
the arguments are all moot. That's our problem. That's why flat earthers exist in 2026. You know.
Yeah,
Just show
and
us the
ad
damn truth.
hominems are not going to help you.
That's
No.
why goodness still exists in the world too, is because God does exist.
And the fact that they have to go to ad hominems constantly just shows
Yeah.
the desperation and how they have lost the
They're not
fight,
gonna-
man.
So I take that as a compliment. D-Man, you take that as a compliment that we're as dumb as each other? I take that as a compliment. Yeah, absolutely. We're as dumb as
I
we
don't
get.
mind if people think I'm dumb.
No, they're just saying that because they're trying to get us riled up. That's what they're trying to do.
Ask
And
them,
they
ask,
think,
ask them when they took a compass apart.
yeah, they did.
They took shit
Was it
apart.
watering?
No, they probably read a manual on compasses somewhere.
I thought it was funny the other day, Roger, when you told somebody that a fucking what do you call it? What does he call that thing that you use in a boat? Find the stars and triangulate or whatever. The hell. Anyway,
Talking about a sextant?
yeah, sextant. Well, you couldn't remember what it was called either for some reason, but you told me that a sextant proved the Earth was flat. I love it because they were like, "No, it doesn't." I was like, "Dude, if you know how to get sextants used, you'll know that it has to be used on a flat surface. It's just, you can't go out. It's not possible not to use it properly.
Yeah.
It's part of part of how it works. It's like,
Yeah, I know how they work. And yet, in order to do any triangulation or triangulation at sea, you have to get a equal elevation altitude across from three different points from
but we're
stars
moving through the universe.
over a distance.
How would you
Yeah,
ever get
we're not
that
moving
back?
through.
Yeah.
Let me know when we hit the brakes. All right.
Oh yeah, that'd be funny, wouldn't it? If everybody just fell over all at once, like on the space station.
The balance is mercurious. I'm telling you, anyone can tell.
Yeah, it's mercurious.
Yeah.
I like too, like how like 99% of the time they try to
I'm gonna
teach
stop here, guys.
the heliocentric model, right? They don't ever show the sun in motion. They'll just show all the 7 planets or whatever orbiting around the sun, but they never really teach you how that's also moving 500,000 miles an hour through the Milky Way, right?
Yeah, it's moving forward. The rising Earth is think that we're going up, we're tilting up, or the planet's turned sideways and we're shooting straight out across, which is ridiculous.
Well, any type of claim of motion is a positive claim that doesn't fit your observations, right,
No,
or your
rotation.
senses whatsoever. So that's a positive claim that carries the burden of proof, and every time they will fail. So argument is moot.
Yeah, the globe's got the same claim too, and they haven't been able to show even our orbit around the sun
Yeah,
Exactly.
why would we be moving?
with any physical experiment. I'm not talking about your thought experiments you coming around here with. None of that.
Or your
all
cartoons.
You got to physically show we're actually in motion.
There's no depth perception either. So,
All right, I'm gonna hop off. I appreciate you,
All right,
Roger.
guys.
Appreciate everybody here in chat.
I have
And,
you on, JJ. It's been a blast. It's Twilight Zone.
it's about 50-50 whether or not I'm going to be on tomorrow or not. I won't know until I see what my day consists of. But hopefully see you guys tomorrow, man. I appreciate it again, guys. Much love.
no problem, JJ. Have a good one.
Thanks, JJ. Yeah, so to the audience out there, guys and girls, come up with a name. And I'll just make a list, and you can post it in my channel. I'll look at it, and I'll pick a real good name. I'll mail it around. I'm gonna make a name for the channel, and set a standard for myself so I don't bump into everybody else's streams and give me more time to push to get to Antarctica. That's what I wanted to do with my other free time that I got, and I got a lot to do. Yeah. D-Man's got some good ideas. He's gonna mill them over with me on what we're gonna do.
Yep.
It's gonna work. Cookie, got anything else to tell these people? I'm sure you do.
I don't.
Cookie?
Cookie.
I'm sorry you caught me. I was actually trying to think of a name. Sorry.
You probably didn't think of a name, dude. That's fine.
I want to make sure my pig gets picked. That's all.
Use a name generator. It just put in.
I'm asking AI. I'm not stupid.
Yeah. Just to let JJ know, Antarctica is not a continent, dude. No matter what,
I already know what I want to call it.
no matter what they say, it's not a
The
continent.
Raven Shine Protocol. I love it.
That sounds.
It sounds pretty cool, right?
And we'll write that down and
Shining
save
in the darkness. I think it's really interesting.
Weekend at Duffy's. That's a good one. It's like Weekend at Bernie's kind of thing. Hey, I'm an
I don't know.
insurance.
Bernie's was funny, but and they overplayed it on Showtime, HBO, but still, it was a really dumb movie.
Cantarctica. Kent is not a continent.
Antarctica.
It would have attracted flies to
That's a good one.
Yeah, JJ's been plugging that one for a while.
Antarctica.
Antarctica. And there's no doubtful, but I would love for them to show me the magnetic field in the south and how it pulls your compass down there.
Good luck on that. Don't hold your breath.
I won't. But you will be able to see my breath when I'm down there.
According to Witsit.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. Oh, I got to get going.
Go do your thing, brother. Good to
I
see
will.
you.
I'm going to play out with a song.
Good to
All
see
right,
you.
guys. Good seeing you, D-Man. It's a pleasure always. Cookie Monster, keep it real, sir. Keep thinking of names, man. You're getting really creative. I like this.
Cookies
Thank
and man. He'll figure it out.
Well, you know how much I like damn Chris Berry, and I like that Raven symbolism. So I've always thought that Raven symbolism, the shining in the dark, I just thought that's a cool idea, right? It just pops in my head. So of course, when the AI was like, it took all that stuff I've been talking to it with about, put it all together, and that's what it came up with. I was like, wow, that's good.
Just to make you happy, I'm going to play out with Chris Berry. That'll work. I played in with Payday. I'll play out with Chris.
I'll send you my ideas though.
Okay, cool. You have my number.
Yes,
I
sir.
wish some people didn't have my number.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure I bother you a lot.
No, not like that. I mean, like there's other people that have already doxed me publicly. D-Man was here for
really?
Yeah. Scumbags.
Yeah, they went there about family.
I never had nobody show up except one guy. He was
Good people.
I'm waiting for them to show up. They haven't got here yet, but
nah, that's not the kind of people they are. They're the kind of people that, you know,
they're gonna
they won't fight you face to face.
Yeah, I know. They're gonna do stuff behind your back.
That's okay. Then after it happens, they better run.
Mm-hmm. Well, what was it? Saab said like these people, some of these people have pissed so many people off by doxing them and talking about their families and stuff that nobody's gonna know who did it to you after it happens.
That's okay. Make a
Make
list.
people want to do it.
Yeah, it'd be like Santa Claus. Make a big list.
That's all.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, let me check him off.
Ding. All right, good night, guys.
All right, have a good one.
Thanks for stopping by.
Night.
Night.
In the valley of the shadows, land of the scorpion, stung by the darkness, swimming in all the poison. I need some angel music, so damn hot down here. I need some angel music, so to wash away the fear. Come with some angel music, so damn hot down here. I need some angel music, so to wash away the fear. Holy, unseen, I plead, show me some mercy. Grandma, come on down here and sing your prayer with me. Cause I can shine like a raven if I get a little bit of sun, a little bit of light, just a little bit of sun. I can shine like a raven if I get a little bit of sun, with a little bit of light. I can shine like a raven. I can shine like a raven. I can shine like a raven in the land of the shadows, the valley of the scorpion. Stung by the darkness, swimming in out the poison. I need some angel music. I need some angel music. I want some angel music. The song to wash away the fear. Holy, unseen, I play. Show me some mercy. Grandpa, come on down here and sing your prayer with me. Cause I can shine like a raven with a little bit of sun, a little bit of light, just a little bit of sun. Black feather glisten, just a little bit of light, a little bit of sun. I can shine like a raven. Oh.